Hey everyone, you've looked at a QR code and you are watching me, wondering what on earth a studio challenge is. I'm going to very quickly run through the 3 categories of activities that you can do this month. These are designed to be perfectly fitting in with the practice you're already doing on either your recital songs or your composition. So let's get going. Learn your recital song. Option 1, fiery hues. You're just going to play staccato. Pretty easy, right? Option 2, I can do this. Play your piece standing on one leg. So I'm saying piece, but it might be that you're doing these where it's just a section, but leg up. Try to make sure that your articulation and your dynamics are there just like they need to be. Option 3, beak peck. Play using only finger 3. So if you have chords, play them broken or just choose one note. Sounds a little like this. You will learn your song very, very, very well, by the way, because it's going to be hard. Option 4, the end is in sight. This is a really, really good one if you have, maybe you're pausing between measures or pausing between sections. So what you're going to do is, we usually call this add-on, or moving forwards, moving backwards. So you're going to play the beat on either side of a measure or play the measure on either side of a phrase. So for example, there's a part here where I have to modify my hand position a little bit. So it sounds a little like this if I do this strategy. Okay, so again, really good for hand position change practice. Option 5 is greater flamingo. This is a challenging one, so definitely try it out. It may or may not sound good. So what you're going to do is play each interval in your piece one note bigger. That means your steps or your second intervals, they become third intervals. Your third intervals or skips, they become fourth intervals. So this is what it sounds like in one of the sections that has fifth or sixth intervals in either hand. So those are going to become sixth and seventh intervals. It's not going to sound anything like your song. That's okay. It's really just kind of having a little extra practice on looking at your song for what it is rather than muscle memory. Option 6, beaky rhythms. So you're going to play only the rhythm of your piece. This is a great, of the section. So if you have a tricky rhythm section for both hands, I would recommend this is the strategy to use. So right hand plays tonic, left hand plays dominant. What does this mean? This piece that I've been demonstrating with is an F major. So my right hand is going to play the tonic, first note of the scale, that's F. Left hand is going to play dominant, the fifth note of the scale, so that's going to be C. This is what it sounds like. And when the song moves my hand position, I'm still going to play, right? Whatever, it doesn't matter where the notes move, up or down. All that you're doing is the rhythm, okay? For option 7, play hum, shh. So what you're going to do here, this is a great one for making sure that you keep your tempo going. You're going to play measure 1, you're going to play a measure. You're going to hum the melody of the next, and then you're going to think what it sounds like the next one. So this is what it sounds like. And so on. Okay. Don't worry if you're not perfect pitch on these. That's not the point. The point is that you're going through your song 3 different ways and you're switching each measure. For option 8, surface skater, if you have a section that perhaps your keyboard geography or how it's feeling under your fingers is a little muddled, this is a good one for that. You're just playing the surface of the keys. So in this particular piece, there's a part where if I was a beginner student, it would be challenging for me to change my hand position. So that's the one I would do. And I would go. And I would make sure I stayed in time. But notice you didn't hear anything, but it got me used to how it felt under my hands. Option 9, capital letters. You're going to accent every second note. It says here, soft, loud, soft, loud. That's a little bit more challenging. If you're finding that's too much, then switch it around. Loud, soft, loud, soft. Sounds a little like this if you're going soft, loud. Okay? You might have to slow down a bit in order to pay attention to it. Option 10, start, stop. So this is a great one. Again, if you have a challenging section that you really need to have extra practice. So what you're going to do is play one note, then you play 2 notes, then you play 3 notes. You get the idea. Only do this for a section. So it sounds a little like. And so on. So you're just building it out. In terms of composing, you have 5 options here. So first one is notating specialist. So you're going to write out part of your piece. Normally I do that for you in lesson, but sometimes during the week I ask you to noodle around, explore, and come up with the next part. So either do that on the page that is in your 2-print folder. There's going to probably be space for you there, or use your whiteboard. Danger here is it might get erased by accident. So just keep that in mind. And then send me a picture. This is the only picture option out of all of them. Option 2, composer track. Send me a recording of you playing whatever you already have for your composition. Option 3, rhythm drums. So you could grab like 2 pencils, you could grab chopsticks, or you could do like we did before with the beaky rhythms where it's the tonic and dominant. I noticed that a lot of times for students, what you can play is more advanced than what you can read. So if you're finding that there's a really challenging rhythm section, then do rhythm practice. And so send me a video of that. However you choose to do it, but it's just the rhythm. Option 4, theory geek. Let me know 5 things about your song. I would recommend wait a little bit later in the month. That'll give you a bit more time to compose. You have a bit more to talk about. There are some options here on the page that you got in the mail. And so take a look at that. If you're not sure about any of them, ask me in lesson. Option 5, interview specialist. I know it can be a little hard sometimes to introduce your song. So create the introduction and then record yourself doing it. This will get you practicing your introduction much earlier and get you thinking about what do you want people to think about as they're listening to your song. This one you might, again, need to wait a little bit later into the month where there's a bit more of your song composed so you have a really good idea of what you want to do there. All right, last section is performance. So option 1, opposites attract. Basically, any opposite. So play opposite dynamics. It could be opposite articulation. So just like we did with Fiery Hues, that first one where it was staccato. But playing articulation, the opposite. There's a few options here, and if you're wondering, I can give you a few more during lesson. Option 2, recording artist. Send me a recording of you playing. Now, if you've done the composer track, then you're going to end up sending me a recording of the song that you're learning. Okay? Theory geek. This was, again, song that you're learning. 5 things about it. Option 4, take a bow. So send me a recording of you playing, but then also bowing at the end. If you're not sure what that looks like, ask me in lesson. And option 5, interview specialist. So just like creating a introduction for your composition, then also introduction for your other piece that you're learning. Okay, send me a video. If we have time in lesson, then not a problem. You can play it in lesson. And once I've confirmed that I've received or seen it, you get to put a sticker. Try and fill in all the squares with stickers. The more stickers that you are able to fill in, the more points that you earn. The due date is at the end of this month. If you get stuck, let me know. But otherwise, I'm really looking forward to those videos.